And I hope that APEC can serve in this very important stage in the discussions of some extremely important issues for the future of Asia-Pacific trade, but more generally, I think, for the future of the global trade architecture, that APEC could play a very useful role. How can it do that? Well, most importantly, obviously, is dialogue, opening up the discussions, sharing as much information as is possible to share about the negotiations that are underway. Maybe trying to develop joint projects on improving the information, the data on the trade agreements that people are constructing. APEC has done that in the past. That was one of a project, actually in the Peru year, it was a very important project in the past. The idea that the TPP might be a pathway to the FTAAP, that the Trans-Pacific Partnership might be a pathway to the free trade agreement of the Asia-Pacific, actually is looking a lot more real now than it might have a few years ago. If China does, in fact, decide that it wants to be a member, that it is ready to accept the high-quality, high-standard obligations that other partners are beginning to develop. If the other partners in turn recognize that China is a strong stake, very important trading partner to everybody in the region, has in turn say in what exactly these rules are that we develop in the long run, it's very easy to see with China in it, the TPP is almost the free trade area of the Asia-Pacific.
The story, unfortunately, this last year was that President Obama did not make it to APEC, and China stole the show. President Obama, a child in Indonesia, he was not the first foreign leader to address the Indonesian parliament. It was China's leader. China announced trade deals, announced business deals during the time the new Chinese leaders' visits throughout Southeast Asia, coinciding with APEC. President Obama was nowhere to be seen, as he was nowhere to be seen the prior year. But does it really matter? It sounds like so much is going on at APEC, success after success. Does the president even need to show up?
It is the engagement of the United States that is critical to the continuation of APEC. And in Bali, that meant Secretary Kerry, who gave a very dynamic engagement and speech in front of the CEO summit. Secretary Pritzker was there and had numerous meetings for several days. USTR Ambassador Froman was there, deeply engaged. And the United States business community was there in force, a very large and dynamic senior level delegation of the U.S. business community. So the sense of the room, so to speak, in Bali was that the United States is here and they're engaged and we're talking. That is, I think, even more important than whether in a particular year this president's schedule was unable to accommodate it for understandable reasons.
And you're gonna